I've had a lot of people ask us, are we still pursuing adoption? Having gone through this 3 times, what would we do differently? And first, I want to say we still do feel called to adoption, but we're not actively pursuing it anymore. We've walked away from our agency, and at this point, it would have to be something that he is fully orchestrating, so much so that we would have no choice but to say yes. Every situation is different. We would take each one as it comes, but in an ideal world, this is the plan that we would follow. The first thing we would do is both parents would need to fully sign off. In our state, the dad can sign off in advance, but the mom can't sign off until 48 hours after birth. So for us, that would just mean we remove ourselves from the hospital situation completely. We would choose not to be there for the birth. We would want to give her space during those 48 hours to process without any pressure, make sure that the decision is truly right for her. Also, from our perspective, it doesn't feel right until everything is finalized for us to be there. Second thing we would do is not go through an agency. We would work directly with a lawyer, just having them handle the legal side of things, the paperwork, and the finalization for it. But if somebody were to go through an agency, I would strongly recommend it's a nonprofit, which I didn't even know to look for when we first started the process. And then the third thing that we would want to know is that the birth mom has had a lot of counseling. She deserves to process through that, to think through what it would be like to parent versus to move forward with adoption. So we would want to make sure that was handled on the front end. So if you are pursuing adoption, make sure you're talking to an agency that's not just going to paint a pretty picture, because adoption is so much more complex than we ever could have imagined. And we wish there were a lot of things that we would have known in advance that we now learned after 3 failed adoptions.